Are people surprised when they learn that you're a lawyer and you have autism?
I don't think so anymore. I think it's
Okay.
surprising. I think it's kind of complicated for people who aren't used to it, or they think that autism looks like one specific thing because, as we've seen in media, the autism stereotype is always like a little boy who loves trains and is
Hmm.
flapping his hands. And when they see, or that person grows up to be an engineer, so when they see a woman and they see someone who might be more creative or is an attorney, it kind of is like, wait, that doesn't fit what I've seen on TV. And I like to remind people that I still hear "So like Rain Man" every once in a while, and I like to bring that up because Rain Man is older than me. That movie existed before I was born, and people still ask me about Rain Man. So that
Hmm.
shows how much when autism is talked about in popular culture that it sticks around. Even if it's not the most accurate depiction or if it's the only depiction, which isn't really true in either count, but it still has a lasting effect. So people's idea of autism has to keep changing. And when more professionals and more people of different backgrounds are sharing their story and are open and sharing their story on their terms, so whatever they feel comfortable sharing, not necessarily just to fit a narrative of success or an inspiration. If they just want to say, like, hi, you should know this about me because it means I might not look at you at work. Whatever sharing or disclosure looks like to you, just being visible is so powerful. It sends a message to the public that there is no one autism, and it sends a message to all families and young autistic people that you can make it in this world. And if we all keep sharing our who we are and being authentically ourselves, it's not a big deal when we become attorneys or we win Times Person of the Year like Greta Thunberg. Even though I think if you win Times Person of the Year, it's a big deal no matter who you are. But it's not a big deal. It's like, here's the autistic person who did it. It's like, it's a person who did it, and you are incredible. And I think having that sense of role models and knowing that people are doing it is so powerful.
Hmm.
And I see it with young people a lot. So I'll hear from like teenagers or families of young people or prospective students that are like, oh my God, I didn't know any lawyers. And now I realize it's not crazy that I want to go and grow up to be a judge or a lawyer when I grow up. And I'm like, go for it.
Yeah.
And there will be a whole community of people here to welcome you when you're ready.
Hmm. One of your current projects is another book related to this. So tell us about that.
So currently I am writing a book about neurodiversity for lawyers, which is like a dream come true. I never thought that I'd get to do this because it just seemed kind of scary because I didn't know how the profession would react or what would happen. But what I really want to do is give attorneys an understanding of neurodiversity and also just what it's like working with other attorneys who might have ADHD, autism, intellectual disabilities, learning disabilities, or even staff members. And also, if you're working with clients or jurors or other people in the legal system who are neurodiverse or neurodivergent, that understanding can help us. So I wanted to be able to kind of demystify all these different things and break down the stigma while also celebrating the strengths.
Hmm.
Because when we work with people who are different than us, it benefits everyone. And so often the employment conversation, especially, focuses on tech. We don't talk about it in terms of legal.
Hmm.
And law firm diversity is not very reflective of disability. Again, it's less than 1% at both the partner and the associate levels in firms. It's kind of abysmal. And there's all this fear about like the ADA and accommodation and what does that look like, and how do we make sure that we aren't shutting out disabled attorneys, and especially with autistic people, we have a high unemployment rate to begin with. How do we make sure that not only are we recruiting, but we're retaining and we're training and we're mentoring people who are different than us? So I really think that an understanding of neurodiversity for lawyers will help them be able to solve more client problems, be able to have more minds and more creativity within the profession, and also that we're able to better serve the public because that's what we do. We are supposed to give access to justice no matter who you are. And if we understand what it's like working with all kinds of minds and that there are different types of neurology within the human experience and working with that, we could do so much better.
You've been watching Autism Knows No Borders. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Also, we'd love to hear from you, so let us know what you think in the comments section. Click here to watch this interview in its entirety. You can also find us on your favorite podcast app. Tune in each week for engaging conversations of how people across the globe are inspiring change and building community. Thanks for watching. Take care.